Hello and welcome to your messages. Let's see what messages come through for us at this time. Welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Deborah Jane Sutton, and you can find out more about me and the things that I do from my website at deborahjanesutton.com. If you're in the Costa Blanca north of Spain, please check out the Garden Retreats website, thegardenretreatpago.com, to see what we have on offer. So many events going on this March. So March energies, how are you dealing with them? How are you coping with them? How are you enjoying them? The magic of March, that's definitely relevant, I think. If you haven't already seen the messages for the month of March, I'll put a link in the description, video in the end screen. It was all about this is the beginning of your divine abundance. And yeah, I'm really seeing it everywhere. And it's like sorry, excuse me. The messages are basically, I mean, really, after a while, you see that they're the same. It's the same as what they like, The Secret, or, you know, the message is the same, but just always wrapped up in different words from different people, isn't it? Because I think it boils down to all those cliches, the cliches: detach, let go, trust, and love. I want to say love as well. And another word that I think is really important is allow. I'm really feeling that I've felt in myself and with those that I've been working with, this energy of striving, right? It's almost like striving. If you have that frequency of striving, it's not an expansive feeling. It's a constant feeling of not being enough, or having to do. It's completely the opposite of the messages that come through all the time in different words, in different ways. So instead of striving, I think it's really important to just allow. Now, I think this gets easier when you understand, or you choose to believe, how the universe is created, but not only how the universe is created, but also that your soul came in with a plan, but your human um, has no idea what that plan is, because that's part of the game. That's part of the game, right? I'll put a link in the description also to You Are Your Higher Self, because I think it's really important to understand that. Because if you're fighting with what your soul wants you to do, you're just going to live, sorry, a life of resistance, and a life of contraction, and a life of struggles. When you allow what your soul wants you to do, and your soul is your God self. I want to call it your God self. It's your higher self, your God self, your source self, the creator you, the most powerful, the all-powerful you, the most loving you. It's the highest frequency you, it's the all that is consciousness you, whatever way you want to look at it. It is the part of you that is most creative, most loving, most abundant. And that's the part of you that came in with a plan. And the fun of the game is to find your way to living that plan. But the weird and wonderful thing about it is that your soul is going to take you there, whatever. So you might as well just let go and allow. I mean, it's such simple words, isn't it? Let go and allow. But it really is the way, I think, forward for all of us at this time, because our human minds have been living in this world whereby we just see lack and limitation. Whereas when you realize that the all that is exactly that. It's the all that is. It is everything that has ever been thought about or dreamt. That's why they say if you can dream it, you can create it. If you can dream it, you can do it. Because if you can think it and imagine it, it's in the field of consciousness. It's in the field of all that is, the infinite possibilities. So we don't dream big enough, but our human minds just don't believe it. Okay, so this is the bit that I think we need to work on, because it's detaching from our expectations. That's a big one. Detaching from our expectations, detaching from who you thought you were meant to be, detaching from what your parents told you to be, what society has told you to be, detaching from trying to control as well. Let go of caring about anything, I want to say. Because nothing matters. Nothing matters, right? It's let go of caring what other people think, because obviously they are just a reflection of you. You are creating the outside. The outside is not creating the inside. So as soon as you stop caring what other people think, other people will love anything you say or do, right? Because you are creating through being your own observer. That's an important quantum truth as well, isn't it? But letting go of control, letting go of trying to control. That's the most important thing. And I think what makes it easier to let go of that control is trust. Here comes another cliche. These are all the cliches, aren't they? Yes. So we have the detachment, detach, let go, trust, allow. That's what I want to say. Detach, let go, trust, allow. Because when you trust that you are a multidimensional being, when you understand that and you believe that, you trust that your higher self, your God self, your soul, whatever you want to call it, is running the show. If you allow it to, if you allow it to, it will take you to places that you never thought you were going to go. It will take you to activities that you never thought you'd find yourself doing. It will take you to people, your tribe, that you never thought you were going to be mixing with. And there's going to be a part, your little human, that was brought up in the lack and limitation in the programming, that's going to be just laughing all the time, going, oh my God, am I really that person? Am I really, wanting to do this? Am I really going to, jack in the full-time job to follow my heart? All of the, am I really that person, um that's the what's going on the inside. On the outside, you're just allowing. I want to say allow your destiny to unfold, because your destiny is the free will of your higher self, of your God self. It's your free, that's what you came here to do, your destiny. Okay, that's why, as I always say, your birth chart, your soul reading, your gene keys, however you want to self-realize. But your destiny is coming to you anyway. So best not to have resistance to it. But allow your destiny in, and just understand that it's going to come through you anyway. So you don't need to strive. You don't need to try. I get so many people that say to me, I'm really trying. I'm really trying with this and I'm really trying with that. And I'm like, oh, try not trying. Just let go of the striving, because the you that you came here to be is already there. This is another point, quantum truth, that because we know there is no past and no future, there is only the now moment. So everything is in existence. Everything is in existence in this now moment. Everything. All the good, all the bad, all the right and the wrong, and all the judgments and all the bliss and the heaven and the everything is all there. If it's ever been thought about, it exists in the all that is, in the now moment. But you only get to experience that which you resonate with. So it's all about your frequency. It's always been about your frequency. And that's why when you're in your highest frequency, when you consciously raise your frequency, that's when magic happens. That's when the right people come in, the right offers, the right jobs, but they come to you. You don't have to strive to look for the right partner or the right friendship group or the right hobby or the right job, because everything will naturally come to you when you let go, when you detach, let go, trust, and allow. Now it's going to be really fun to see if the cards that's magic. I'm going to put them down because if I've already got two out from before, and they just, oh my goodness me. Right. We've got five. That's an unusual number, but anyway, I'm going to dive straight in to see whether the cards are going to say, here we go. This is you striving. The 10 of Wands, hard work. It's a burden on your shoulders. Everything's a stress, isn't it? I've got to do this and I've got to do that and I've got to strive and I've got to get this done and that done. I'm not saying you don't have responsibilities, and I'm not saying don't be responsible for them. I'm just saying that your energy, the energy that you need in order to carry out any responsibilities that you have in life, will flow through you more readily when you let go of the worry and the stress and you take it off your shoulders, off your shoulders. Inhale down to the belly. Open your heart, roll your shoulders back. And when you roll your shoulders back, just visualize all these wands just falling away. And then you can inhale love and get on with your day. And you'll still be doing the same things. But this is another point that I think is really important, is that when you're operating just from your human, okay, and you're only identifying with your human, then all the energy that you need in order to get your day's, activities done is coming from you. It's coming from your human. And that's why things feel stressful. That's why you feel like you're pushing energy where it doesn't want to go, because you're trying to create the energy yourself within your human, right? Whereas if you detach, let go, trust, and allow, energy will come through you in such a way that you will be able to carry out all the activities that you need to do with ease and grace and joy. So this is the striving. This is what I was just saying about everything is in existence. He's looking at what he's got and he's not happy with his lot, right? Because he wants more freedom, he wants more money, he wants more time, he wants more joy in his life. Maybe he wants more material things as well. But he's looking at his lot a little bit restless and bored, really, is the energy of this card. But look, this cup, now remember, cups are heart-based, they're emotions as well. And cups are spirituality, intuition, creativity. And anything coming from a little cloud like this in tarot is coming from the divine. It's coming from the all that is. And there is more for him. So whatever this is that he wants, there's more of what he wants. It's there, it exists. But the reason that he's not receiving it is because he can't imagine receiving it. He can't imagine having it. This is like the law of attraction. And this is where I'm going to use that beautiful phrase, galore, galore, I have everything I need and more. So while you're looking at what you've got, what is going to bring this new stuff in is his frequency. We've already talked about that, because what you're creating in your physical world, which is actually a holographic projection of you and your frequency, but what you're creating is everything in it is going to be at the same frequency as you. So he needs to raise his frequency, of course. Now, if you want to receive more abundance, you need to have the energy of abundance in the cells of your body. You cannot feel lack and limitation and expect to receive abundance. I want abundance because I don't have enough. That's never going to give you abundance, because the I don't have enough is a belief that's going to create I don't have enough. It's going to create like attracts like. So when you say galore, galore, I have everything I need and more, and then really feel that in the cells of your body, that gratitude for everything you have in life, that love for everything you have in life, that appreciation, that joy for everything you have in life. Feel the abundance on the inside, because when you hit the frequency of that abundance, whatever it may be for you, when you hit the frequency of having it, then it will be reflected back to you. So galore, galore, I have everything I need and more. And this is where the other phrase that I love so much, needing nothing attracts everything. Because, if he has got these, right, and he's focusing on limitation, well, if he needs nothing, if he's happy with his lot and he needs nothing. So this is why there's a lot of people downsizing. There's a lot of people just, kind of looking at the world less materialistically, I want to say. Less materialistically, so that you're happy with less. When you're happy with less, then you can feel abundant. Does that make sense? Because you're happy and joyful with what you have. So therefore you can fill every cell of your body with the frequency of abundance. And that's when your divine abundance comes in. And that was the title of March's messages. This is the beginning of your divine abundance. We're in March, of course. So of course that's going to be relevant. So this is your divine abundance. It's already in existence, but you have to feel so abundant in order to receive it, in order for it to manifest. Well, whether you're manifesting it or whether it's going to reflect back to you, however you want to view it. Interesting one, isn't it? When you understand this stuff, then it's a completely new adventure for you. The Fool is the first of the major arcana cards. He is the hero on his hero's journey. He is guided by the rays of the sun, spiritually guided. He's taking very little forward. He's literally following on. So rather than looking bored and restless at his lot, the Fool is really happy with his lot. He doesn't have a lot of materialism, but he has a song in his heart and a spring in his step. He has his loyal friends. And here, with the flower in his hand, he understands that his fruition comes from his frequency. Your fruition comes from your frequency. Your level of consciousness is your new currency. And he's taking a leap of faith because he's detached from his expectations. He doesn't know where he's going. He has no expectations. He's let go of trying to control his life. He let go of caring what other people think. Look at him. And he's trusting. It's a leap of faith. He's going to leap off this cliff. And there's a leap of faith there. And he is just allowing, look at his posture. He is just allowing the guidance from the divine to flow through him. He's a really perfect example, isn't he? He's a really, really perfect example of how we all need to live the Fool's life, really. He's not fool as in stupid. He's fool as in, and maybe a little bit naive, but naive in a way as in he doesn't know quite where he's going. Who can't relate to that? He doesn't know, he has no expectations. So he doesn't know where the divine is going to take him, but he's open and receptive and allowing. Wow, love the Fool. Wow, look at this. We've got the Lovers as well. Now, so wow, this is another major arcana card. The Lovers is spiritual guidance we've got there. And it's love. It's understanding. Look, he's feeling love. This one, he's not feeling the love. He's just feeling love. He's trusting the love. I want to say trust the love. I want to say trust the love. You are the love. The divine is the love. I mean, your definition of love, and I'll put a link in the description and the video in the end screen to this one as well, because your definition of love changes as you raise your frequency and as you expand into higher levels of consciousness. So when you're, if you use the word love, I would imagine somebody, my chart, the chart of consciousness that I often use. I'll just show it to you in case you're new to the channel. I don't have it available on the screen, but I might have a copy here. Just talk among yourselves while I try and find it. Well, I often start off with this one. Can you see that one okay? This is one that you're probably quite familiar with. I've used this so many times before, but it just shows quite a small part of this one. I don't know how clear that's going to be. Okay, so on this chart, this is the levels of consciousness. So here is your life view, your view of life. So your view of life changes as you expand into higher levels of consciousness. So your view of life goes from like miserable, evil even, and then it transcends through frightening, disappointing. If your view of life is disappointing, then it goes along to demanding. That's where he's at, right? Feasible. Okay, he's coming now into the expanded states of awareness. His view of life, he, she, whoever, I think I'm talking about him, I don't know. Yours, ours, mine. You've got satisfactory. Okay, then you've got hopeful. Your view of life is hopeful, like optimistic, harmonious. Can you feel how your view of life softens as you go up this chart? And you go up this chart by raising your frequency. Okay, and then you've got meaningful. You're seeing meaning everywhere. There's your synchronicities. Then you've got complete life. Your view of life is complete. Then you've got like perfect. And at the very top is just the isness of it all. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of understanding down here, you're a victim to your circumstances. Up here, you know, your life is happening for you, right? And then when you get up here, you realize that you are life. Life is flowing through you. You are the giver of life. You are the creator of it all. And then here, you see there's a column, God view, God view. Okay, so your view of God, and this is interesting. I think I mentioned this last week. You know, your the definition of the word God. Of course, it depends on, you know, if someone says, "Do you believe in God?" You can't really answer that until you understand what their definition of God is. And so this is your view of God. It's like your definition of God. So at the bottom, it's like despising. You know, people that think God is despising or vindictive. You know, and then it goes up to punitive, you know, like punishing. Is God punishing you for things? Denying. Is God denying things? You know, who feels anything like this? Vengeful. And then you get to this indifference. And this is here, which is pretty much where he is, right? Because there's an indifference there. And then it gets into permitting. Oh, okay, no, because I can do stuff, right? And then it gets into enabling. And then you realize that this view of God is like, well, I'm doing what I want to do. So therefore, I'm being enabled. And then there's inspiring. And you're like, oh, hang on a minute. And then there's merciful, which is kind of like grateful, gratitude. And then it goes on to wise up here. You've got wise, loving. You know, God is loving. Your view of God, one, the oneness, all being. And then at the very end, self when you realize that you are, you know, a spark of source, the creator, that you are the creator, your God self. That's why I like to use the word your God self, your higher self, you know, whichever way you want to look at it. So I find this really interesting. So what I was talking about was your view of love, because we've got the lovers card, which is very much about self-love. And and the loving all that is. But I think your view of love also changes as you go up this chart. So I mean, at the bottom, I would imagine people vibrating down here probably don't use the word love at all, I would imagine. And then up here, they're going to use love. They might say they love pizza, you know, or you know, you might say you love your pet. You know, they might love their closest family members. I mean, here, this is where people might have a love of money, or just a love of their own success, but loving you might have an intimate relationship and start understanding that deeper love. And then up here, this is like the heart chakra. So love here is, this is when you're right vibrating at this level. It's very much about when you can stare at a flower or something in nature and just lose yourself in the love and miracle of a flower, or in the love and miracle of a mountain, or you just look around you and feel love. You can maybe just see a herd of cows or something in a field and just feel love for them. This love becomes much more expansive, much more outside your own little family unit. You start loving life. You start loving, you might be working with strangers and just really start seeing the divinity within them and just loving the interactions that you have with them. This is when you really start loving, and realizing what a relief. I want to say that. I want to say it's a relief when you actually start loving everyone and everything, including yourself, loving what you see in the mirror, just loving what you do, loving who you are, loving the people that you spend time with, loving your activities, because that love then carries you here. And this love is like a really deep love, understanding that love is not just a feeling about your food preferences. It's not just an emotion that you can feel towards your loved ones. It's actually a state of being. So when you get to this level of consciousness, love, your view of love is actually a state of being. It is a level of consciousness, because yes, the level. Here are the levels, and here is love. So it means that your frequency, when you reach that level, your frequency is at the same frequency as love itself, which of course is really healing. And so that's a really kind of exciting way to look at it. And then you come up further up, and you realize that the all that is love. And that's why, again, it's corny, these cliches and these corny phrases, but all there is love. Love is all there is, all you need is love, because love is all there is. So yeah, your definition of love changes when you go up this chart. Thank you, Dr. David Hawkins, from his book Power versus Force. I do. If you're interested to learn more about that chart and how it can relate to you and your life and your coaching, because I am aware that a lot of people that listen will be healers and coaches and stuff like that. So if you want to use the chart in your line of work, I don't like the word work, your line of play, sharing your gifts, then get in touch, because I can do coaching sessions with that chart, that map of consciousness for you. So love, love, love. And what I also want to say about the lovers card is, of course, and I have said this before, but if you are single and you are wanting to be in a relationship, obviously focusing on your lack of a partner isn't going to bring your partner to you. Focusing on being happy and abundant as you are. And also your divine partner, because obviously you want your divine partner, your divine partner is already in existence. I've said this before. They'll already be there in existence. You don't have to go out of your way to find them. Follow your heart, follow the cliches, detach, let go, trust, and allow. And you will find that any divine partner that your soul has in mind for you will come your way with no effort, no striving, maybe no blind dates and speed dating and all of that, unless you want to, unless you enjoy that, unless that raises your frequency. If that raises your frequency, then obviously you need to do it. But if you're cringing yourself through those processes because you're so desperate to meet someone, you're not going to meet your divine partner by doing something that isn't lighting up your heart. You need to be doing something that's lighting up your own heart and expressing your own divinity in order to be able to create that outside of you. Does that make sense? Hope so. Now, the last card is the Five of Wands, which may look like not a good card, because the fives are adversity and there's conflict here. It's drama. There's usually drama going on. But he's kind of dropped his 10 wands. Now there's five. And also, if you have a look closely, you will see that they look like children. They're just playing. And what I find with this card is, yes, there's drama going on. There might be drama going on in your reality. It's a reflection of all the drama that's going on inside of us, inside each and every one of us. We're releasing trapped emotions. We're releasing limiting beliefs all the time, aren't we? And every time we do that, there's a little bit of drama in the movement and the evolution of our souls. But also that drama is going to get reflected outside of us. So it could be in your reality, it could be in your community, it could be in the collective. But the point I want to make with it, and that's why it helps me when I look at it and see that it's just children, this is about observing from a higher level of consciousness and not entangling with it. So it's okay that there's drama. This is not a negative card. I mean, there's drama going on, of course. It's action. Wands are physical action in the physical world. And this is kind of like showing the duality of the material world. And that's okay. So really, it's more about observing this as the observer and not as the victim of your life. You are the observer. You are the observer of your thoughts, observing your thoughts, observing your judgments. It's okay, observing what's going on around you. You can see it, but without being triggered. You're not getting involved. You're not entangling with it. If it's happening closer to home, then just keeping the peace in your heart. I will also put a link in to the understanding triggers, because if you're having drama right up in your face, I'll put a link into the understanding triggers, because whoever's triggering you is actually a gift bringer, a bringer of a gift, to reflect to you something that needs attention on the inside of you, because they are reflecting on some level. They're holding a mirror up on some level. So I'll put a link into that understanding triggers, because you can use them for your own benefit, of course. But if you're not, the aim of the game, the game of life, is to be able to observe the conflict and observe drama whilst maintaining the love and the peace in your heart, without judging this, because it's just people participating in the duality of the material world. And we've all been there, right? And we still are, right? A lot of the time. So it's just a little reminder to take yourself to the observer role and not the victim role. You are the creator, remember. So observe what you've created, even if it's something you've seen online and it's on the other side of the world. If it's coming into your reality, just, ask yourself, why is it there? Is it triggering you? If it's not triggering you and you're observing it, it gives you an opportunity to open your heart with love and compassion. You're going to look at these people with love and compassion. You understand where they're at. You understand why they're feeling the way they feel. You realize that they need to raise their frequency. And how do you do that? By raising your frequency to the upper room and looking at them with love. Looking at them with love and gratitude and appreciation and an open heart. And that is how you raise their frequency, because by looking at them without judging them and looking at them with love, you've raised your frequency, right? Because maybe now you're looking at drama around you and you're judging it. You're judging it as not right, not good, not peaceful. Well, if you can just observe it and find love in your heart and feel love and gratitude and appreciation and understanding, as that they're just playing out in the human experience. They're just playing out in the human experience. We can love them for doing that, can't we? Let's love the people that are playing out in the human experience, because by loving them, we've raised our frequency. And by raising our frequency, we raise the frequency of the collective and the people like this. Does that make sense? Wow. So interesting week, interesting cards. Yeah, get in touch if you want a private reading. And I love you all and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.